So you are thinking of buying a house, or maybe you are already in the process of buying a house and you are looking around. Well, there are a few things you just don't need to say when you are out and about looking. You want to know what those things are? Well, hang on and I will tell you. Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Wiregrass Homes and Real Estate. My name is Erika McLean and I'm a realtor at Simply South Realty in New Brockton, Alabama, where we service the real estate needs of the Wiregrass area. But you don't have to live here to obtain what little bit of knowledge I have in my head, right? You could be from anywhere. So what we're going to talk about today, what you just don't need to say when you are looking at a house. Now, when I say looking at a house, if you have hired a realtor and you are going to someone's house, or maybe you're going to do, if you haven't hired someone to help you and you're just going on your own and you're actually meeting with the seller, you have to keep these things in mind. My list is short because honestly, we don't have to sit here all day and talk about this, but I want you to keep these things in mind, whether or not you have a real estate agent who is with you or you are doing this on your own. You definitely need to keep these things in mind. So think about it this way. These are things I'm telling you not to say to the seller. But it can also be things that when you are with your realtor or real estate agent looking at homes that you just don't need to say period, because we're living in a different society where people, you know, they have security systems set up, they can hear everything, they can see everything, and I mean, we can sit here and argue, well, is that legal or not? It doesn't matter. It's happening, people, okay? It's not like they can go out and sue you because you said something, you know, maybe distasteful about their house, but I don't know. I'm not an attorney. Maybe they can. Who knows? But what I'm saying is, if you're trying to negotiate and you see a house you like, the best thing you can do is ask just straightforward questions and not get into minutia. And so what is the minutia that I'm speaking of? So the first thing that you definitely don't want to do when you are looking at a house is walk in the door and say, oh my God, this is it. This is the house. This is the one that I've been waiting for my entire life. You hear angels singing in the background, little angels, you know, have cherubs on harps are floating around in the air. You never want to do that when you are looking at a house, regardless if you're with your real estate agent or if it's just you and the seller on your own. Do not walk in that house saying that, because you have just shown them every card that is in your hand. Don't do that. What I like to tell my clients to do is to have a clipboard with them, carry it around, write down the things they like. They have a little checklist, write down the things that they don't like. So bring your clipboard. If you want to write on there, oh my God, I love this house, this is it. Write it down, show it to whoever you are with, but keep it to yourself. The second thing, please do not insult the seller. Oh my gosh, you might as well tell them they have ugly children. If you talk about their house, don't go through and say, oh, this paint, what were you thinking? Or talk about the carpet, or just anything that, if it would make you uncomfortable, I promise you it's going to make them uncomfortable. And don't say, well, it's my personality, that's just how I am. That won't cut it in negotiation. Sorry, Charlie, you're wanting something from them. And of course, yeah, they're wanting something from you, but they don't have to negotiate pretty with you if you're not playing pretty before. So just don't go in with the insults. And honestly, I have had a house before, I had an agent tell me, oh my God, this house stinks. I didn't smell anything. Maybe there's something wrong with my olfactory senses. I have no idea. But I was representing the seller. I even kind of took offense to that because I didn't, you know, smell anything. And it is actually just the way she said it. It wasn't like, you know, there was an odor in the house. It was, oh my God, this house stinks. And I took offense to it. That to me just is not the proper way to go about letting someone know if something's wrong. So my sellers do want to know why their house isn't selling. So if, you know, the house has got tile in it, maybe you just wanted wood floors, you know, that would be something you would say, you know, we're just not into tile. We wanted wood floors, not tile is so 90s. That's just not what you say. there's just a way to say things and have a little prudence about it and not just be ridiculously rude. Sorry, but when you're negotiating and you say things like that, you've just given up any negotiating power that you have. The next thing you just don't need to do is ask the seller why they are selling. I've never personally had that happen to me when I've shown clients around, but it is when you're left alone with you and the seller, if you're out on your own, that might be just to make some conversation, a conversation starter, but it is a negotiation ender. Do not ask them why they are selling. You will open up a can of worms. Some people are selling because of financial problems. Some are selling because they are going through divorce. And yeah, maybe you could find out the good part of, oh, we've got a new job and we're moving to some island and it's going to be great. Yeah, that could be the case too, but you just never know what that response is going to be. So the best way to handle that is to simply not ask the question. If they offer it up, that's one thing, but don't go out of your way to ask. If you're working with an agent, ask your agent why they are selling, but never directly ask the seller. It's just bad. The last thing that you don't want to do with the seller while you are there at the home, or if you were even there with your agent, is to start discussing price. And that could be discussing saying, well, I'm only going to give this much and I want them to do this and I want them to do that. Or it could be, well, now I know they're asking $220, but I could go $230. These are things that you just don't want to say. You want to kind of wait before you throw any of that information out there. And even when I am there with a client at a house, again, we don't know what kind of technology they have in the house, eyes and ears in the house listening. You want to wait and talk about this at the office, or wait at least until you get outside somewhere before you even start discussing the price. Definitely wouldn't want to be on the property, if it was just you and the seller, immediately discussing price out there. There's just a time and a place to do it, and right then at that moment is just not the best time. You don't want to lose any footing that you have as far as negotiation power that you could possibly lose if you immediately start talking about, well, I got this much, I can only do this, I can only do that. Just wait. Just wait until you've decided, you've gone home, you've decided what offer you are going to make. And then that's when the negotiation begins, not while you're out there actually looking at the property. Okay. Those were my very simple things that you just don't need to do or say when you are looking at a house. It could be the first house you're buying, it could be the second. We always say we learn from our mistakes. So hopefully if you have been guilty of any of these things in the past, take it from me. You can regroup if you decide to make another home purchase. Just keep these things in mind and draw me some comments below and let me know if I've missed something. And of course, I'm sure that I have. Please feel free. Let me know what other areas that I have left out, and maybe I can add them to another video and help someone else out. Don't forget, if you have not done so, hit the subscribe button. Also click that notification bell, because that is how you actually find out when I upload a new video. If you got any value at all from this video, if you will, give it a thumbs up, and also comment below. Let me know the bad too. Maybe my stage presence, right? But anyway, let me know down below what you liked, what you didn't like, what I could add, how I could make it better. Tell me. I can take the good, the bad, and the ugly. Just let me know. And also, don't forget, check out this next video. And until next time, I will see you guys later.